Hey, Rachel. Are you still alive? We are about to start eating one of the best dinners ever without you. We are having a whole oceanside barbecue with some of the most fresh seafood I have ever seen. It's going to be super delicious. I wish you were here to enjoy it with us.
You know it isn't necessary for you to keep bragging about the vacation with all of these texts.
Now what's up with that attitude? I just wanted to know what you have been up to at home is all. So I thought I would go ahead and get in touch with you again.
As for you and everyone's little vacation, I'm not that interested, and it doesn't bother me in the slightest what you guys are having to eat.
Ugh. I should have known you weren't going to change one bit since we had left the house. And I thought texting you would have lightened the mood for us. You can't just act a little happy about what we have going on.
That's because I am not happy about you guys. Not even a little bit.
And what's up with you talking down to your own parents like this? When did you start thinking that going against your parents was okay for you to do? Even if you are a bit older now, you need to show more respect to those that sacrificed a lot of their time to raise you. I thought we raised you better than this.
But I never ever really thought of you guys as my parents. So I think talking down to you guys a little is just enough.
What the hell? Recently, you haven't just been insulting me, but your mother as well, right? I can see that you are a bit of a handful. But you do realize you owe your mom and me for giving you the luxury of the life you have.
I only know a few people that have helped me have a decent life. And they don't include the two of you. I honestly feel that everyone around me besides the two of you have done a better job raising me.
Huh. You are starting to get on my nerves, you know. That attitude of yours is all we ever see from you anymore. Your mom and I never wanted you to grow up into our worst nightmare. We feel so bad that you see us as your enemy.
What are you talking about? My attitude doesn't have anything to do with me seeing you guys as the enemy. The two of you never really cared about what I had to say to you, and never bothered answering to anything that I asked from you. I felt like I was always being left behind as the two of you continued to show all your attention to Jenna. You just looked the other way as though I should know how to take care of myself since I am the older sister. That's why I am not the one with an attitude problem. It's the two of you that suffer from trying to change who I have become into what you wish I had become. Do you not see that the way you abuse me is the main problem here? I am starting to think that you and Mom are the real children here.
You are really starting to irritate me. Everyone knows that it's your attitude that is the problem. You turned out to be the exact opposite of Jenna. You two are like night and day. Polar opposites. You're the difficult one and she's an absolute sweetheart. Always putting her parents first. She is also very smart and doesn't act as though she is above everyone else. If anything, she understands that her parents work really hard to care for her and that it is her duty to serve us. I can only imagine what it would be like if you had turned out half as good as Jenna is.
Even if I had wanted to try and turn out a little bit like her. It was you that always said that I was never good enough, right? All you guys would ever do is talk about how amazing she was. And day after day, it would be the same crap where you would only compare me to her. It drove me to keep my distance from you all just so that I could keep a little bit of my sanity.
I think you just didn't try hard enough, early enough. You're probably just jealous of her, making you jaded to any comments we made about you and her. Now you are just stuck being the black sheep of the family, always griping about anything that you don't like. Do you think your mom and I really want to continue supporting someone like that? Since we have someone that is so kind and intelligent, that actually cares about what we say, we decided to make her a priority over you.
All right. I guess that is why I turned out this way. Well, have fun on your family vacation for me, please. But please don't feel that you need to keep sending me these annoying text messages every day trying to rub your vacation in my face, okay? I'm over it.
Huh. I hate that you always speak to me like that. Do you not get it? We originally invited you to come on this trip with us, right? Do you know why you ended up not coming with us? Huh?
That's because I caught a cold, right?
Right before our well-planned trip, you decided it would be funny to run a 99-degree Fahrenheit fever and start coughing uncontrollably. Then Jenna, trying to be all caring and loving, said that it would be best if we just canceled the family trip. But I didn't get why we should be so nice to someone that decides the time before a long-awaited trip is the best time to get sick. Not because of you. Jenna is still worried about how you are doing. Do you even feel sorry about any of this? About making your sister more stressed about you while she should be relaxing with your mom and I?
Don't act like it was my fault for getting sick before our trip. It's not like I thought having a fever and a cold would be a fun time.
Jeez, stop talking so much. I am over listening to all of your excuses. Now I am starting to get a headache just from reading your bullcrap. The only reason you keep talking like a child after becoming an adult is because you are too stupid to understand what it means to grow up.
Ah, right.
Well, whatever. This is what happens when you don't regard your own parents as important. While we are still on vacation, just cry on your own and think about how much fun we are having at this super gorgeous resort. And while you're at it, make sure to clean the house up before we get home. Are you ever going to come out from hiding in your room? You should come out and live your life like the rest of us do. We finally got back from our trip and want to see you.
Is that all you wanted to say?
Huh? There isn't anything else I need to say to you. I was just thinking, I should probably ask if you'd come out to see how you'd react. Really, I'm fine with you not coming out of that hole of yours yet. Either way, I'm sure I'll know when you eventually decide to come out, since you'll probably be making a huge fuss of us leaving you here.
I see.
But as for Jenna, she has been so worried about you that she tries to call you at least 5 times a day. So even if it doesn't entirely bother me, at least come out for your sister.
Why should I? I don't care about how any of you guys feel anymore.
Hey. Don't say terrible crap like that. Can you at least try and act like a good older sister while you are still around us? Jenna even says that she wants to see how you are doing after you decided to have that fever.
And what about me makes her think that I want to come out to see her? Does she think that this will fix my relationship with the rest of you? Or maybe she wants me to stick around the house so that I can continue to give you guys money?
What? For money? I don't ever remember her borrowing any money from you. Have you started to hallucinate things?
I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about how you and Mom took the money I made from selling designer bags at my part-time job. I think that was about $15,000 worth of bags, if I'm correct, that I sold. So I'd like to collect my reimbursement for however much of that money you two spent.
What the heck? If you plan to do that, then go right ahead. I'll just make sure to kick you out of the house for doing that.
Really? Then I suppose I could bring this whole thing to court. I'm sure they would side with me since I never said that you guys could have that money.
Huh?
I didn't really think I'd need to do this at first. But of course, I don't feel all too bad about doing that to the high and mighty family that went on vacation without me. Especially when you guys used my money for it.
Well, hold on a minute.
I thought we agreed that the money I got for those bags would be given to me. And then I would give you guys like $1,000 or $2. But instead you guys went ahead and spent it all going on that stupid vacation after I did all the work. I guess I should have known this would happen since you guys kept pushing for me to work harder and harder to get all the money I could. You guys didn't even care that I came down with a fever. Instead, just leaving me at home to try and care for myself.
But, wait.
And now because of that, the fever turned out to be pneumonia, and now I am stuck in the hospital trying to recover. So are you happy? Huh?
What? You're at the hospital right now.
Uncle Drew and Aunt Bev came to the house to help drive me here when I told them that you guys left me. And do you know what they said about you? They said that you guys are a disgraceful family. So, how does it feel knowing that your brother and his wife are disgusted by you?
What? My brother said that.
Well, I guess that this is it for us anyways. After I get out of the hospital, I am going to become Uncle Drew's daughter and move into his house. And I won't need to give you guys any more of my earnings from my part-time job.
Wait, you are getting too far ahead of yourself.
I couldn't care less about what you think about my choice. I'm not even thankful for you guys letting me stay at your house for the past 20 years. I had to go right to work after graduating high school. And even then, I needed to give you guys whatever money I made to help support you guys.
You supported us? You're an idiot. So there's no way you could have supported us. Are you having trouble understanding things with that tiny brain of yours?
But you guys were already starting to move my things around like you were ready for me to get out, right? So you should be in total agreement with me leaving the house. But here's the thing. Now there won't be any money coming into the house that you guys can steal after I leave. Well, I guess that life is going to get a little bit tougher now that your wallet will be just a bit more empty, huh? But for me, I will finally become free of you guys, and I won't have to give you any more of my money.
Do you plan to fight back at us in return for our kindness to you?
Huh? There was never any kindness from you guys. The only thing that I ever received was pain from having to be around you all for so long.
Whoa.
Did you guys at least have fun on that vacation that I helped pay for? From now on, the three of you won't be able to go on any exciting trips like that anymore, right? If I have to say it a little more straightforward, you reap what you sow. Well, once I have fully recovered, I will be moving in with Uncle Drew. So please enjoy only needing to raise your amazing baby girl, Jenna.
Wait, Rachel! I will definitely not be forgiving you for this. You're just going to leave us all behind to go live with my brother? Hey, when are you going to come back to us?
Huh? What? Who is this again?
Are you still half asleep or something? This is your dad. You went ahead and blocked my phone number without ever even telling me. So because I finally found out about that, I changed my number and was able to contact you again. I am really never going to let go of you wasting my time. You are a coward for running away from your family.
But you guys were never my family.
You idiot! I am also talking about how you just threw us all away. How long do you plan to hide away and pout for? It's been 5 years now. It's time for you to toughen up and come back home.
Then this must be my previous dad, right? All of these crazy, obnoxious comments are starting to remind me of how awful your attitude was.
What? I'm not the one with an attitude. And stop acting like I am not your dad anymore. When the hell are you going to come back home? Come home already!
But what reason would I have for coming back to you? I mean, you guys treated me like I was just a piece of your property. And by the way, you need to find a better way to introduce yourself after not talking to someone for 5 years than just coming in and talking crap. If I'm not mistaken, you guys treated me like a slave before I decided I had had enough, right?
The way you keep trying to make me look like the bad person is starting to really drive me up the wall. And after 5 years, a lot has changed with our family situation. It would help us out a lot if you got off your lazy butt and came back home to help support us. What are you laughing at? Hey, Rachel, reply to me. You need to answer me. For a while now, I have been trying to get your attention by ringing your doorbell. Are you deaf now or something? Come open the door and talk to me.
So you finally decided to come to me directly. It seems that Uncle Drew finally got a little soft and told you the address of my house, huh? I'm sure you probably tricked him into doing it.
What do you mean I tricked him? All I did was ask him if he knew where you were staying at. Saying that I would trick my own brother is ridiculous.
Huh? You had to have deceived him. I'm sure you told him that you regret what you did to me. But that was just a lie that you made up so that he would feel sorry for you, right? I bet you would be a great actor for the way you were able to make it look like you actually felt sorry.
What? I'm not going to take that crap. Just open the door already. He told me that around this time you should be back from work and in your house. So even if you try to ignore me, I am going to continue hitting the doorbell.
Wow. That's very rude of you.
I'll make sure that when I see your husband, that I will tell him of all the dirty and horrible things that you did to your family. I wonder if that will make him leave you. But I think that would be even better if he did.
What? So it seems that you found out that I got married, huh?
Yeah, that's right. You didn't even bother contacting us to let us know that you would be registering for marriage. But I guess I would have never approved of it anyways. I'm going to do my best to make you guys split.
I think you're trying way too hard to get back at me right now. Does this mean that you and your family are in quite the predicament at the moment? If that isn't the case, then I don't know what else would make you so upset as to try and get in my way again after almost 6 years. You're just trying to get close to me again since you can't handle things at home all on your own anymore. That's pretty sad of you, if you ask me.
Shut the hell up! Whether it is what is happening right now or what happened in the past, it has all been because of your wrongdoings.
So you really haven't changed, huh? Even now, you will only find ways to make me the cause of all your problems.
I think it would be best if you just started caring for your family again, and started to give money back to us.
So, in other words, your family doesn't have enough money because you can't bother to stop spending it all?
I just want to have a little extra money in case of emergencies. That's it. But also, Jenna will be getting married next year. I want you to be the one to pay for all of her wedding expenses, like the wedding hall and her dress. Actually, you are going to have to do it.
Is that so?
What's that supposed to mean? If you have the time to act so absent-minded right now, then you have the time to open this door and talk to me face to face. And if your husband is also in there, tell him to come see me as well.
Well, about all of that. I think it is time you stop acting out of hand. You are right saying that my husband is home right now, but I am not.
What?
I got a message from my husband just a few minutes ago saying that there is someone outside our front door screaming abusive language. He then asked me if I knew who that was. So I'm glad you decided to text me saying that it is you, or else I might have had to let him call the police on you.
Well then, what the hell? If he is in the house right now, have him come out here to see me. I have been slamming on the door for the past few minutes now. I can't believe he has the nerve to just try and avoid me. When you are not around, does he not have the balls to face a threat? Well, I guess that it makes sense since he was stupid enough to marry someone as arrogant as you. Tell him to open the front door right now. Tell him that I am here to teach him a good old-fashioned lesson.
Well, you might think he is a coward for not coming to face you, but I think he can get pretty crazy when I am not around. So I am really glad you told me it was you, before something really, really bad could have happened.
What are you rambling on about? Since you aren't here to listen to me, tell him to open this door now.
It looks like that is what he is about to do. He told me that if he doesn't open the door soon, the young rageaholic in him will get the best of you. Of course, if that were to happen, I don't think things would end very well for you.
Huh? What does that mean?
Well, once you see him, I'm sure you will begin to understand. Anyway, I need to finish grocery shopping, and then I will come back home. Are you there? I hope you are still alive.
I just had the worst day of my life a second ago. Your husband is one of those heavy body types, huh? The kind that is too big and angry to control.
I think you finally found out what I meant when I said that he was going to be scary when I'm not around. He told me that you wanted to talk with him for a little while when he answered the door. So while I was thinking about how long it would take you to finish wasting his time, I went out with his mom to get some dinner.
Whoa.
Did you think that I would come home to try and stop him? I don't have any reason to be going out of my way to do that. Having to drive all the way home would have been a bother for me, and having to see your face would have only been worse.
But you said that after shopping you would come home. Help me!
I'm really sorry. But now that I think about it, did you end up pissing your pants? My husband said he was busting out laughing at you. He said that your face got as red as a lobster and that there was a dark spot that started to form on your pants. This is the best I have felt in a super long time.
Stop. Please help me. And don't tell this to anyone.
But you have already made it so that I won't help you. And I'm sorry, but I think you were a little too late asking me.
What?
My mother-in-law already told your wife and Jenna about this. I had her tell your wife to send us some money to get the area around the front room replaced. Since you decided to piss all over it. You didn't even clean it up before you ran home.
What?
You came to my house trying to get money from me, only to leave creating more embarrassment for yourself. And you created unnecessary expenses as well.
You are going to get it for talking to me this way.
Well, I think this is really going to be goodbye for us. Now that you have learned from this great experience, there shouldn't be any worries about you visiting my house a second time, right? But you probably couldn't come even if you tried. See ya, old man. Oh, wait. See ya, Mr. Pants Sweater.
What is up with this? Coming to my house with your husband.
Calm down, Mr. Pants Sweater. Good afternoon. We aren't here for anything really important, actually. Really? We just came to get the money we requested for our new flooring after you made a mess on it.
What?
And we thought by coming here directly, we would be able to get that money in one lump sum payment. Well, we could just get a loan for the new flooring, so paying it bit by bit would also work, but if you guys did that, we would need to continue coming here. And we both know that that isn't what anyone wants. But if that is really what you guys want to do, then that works. In total, it will be about $10,000. So if you could make this transaction quick, that would be great.
Do you think that we have $10,000 just laying around here? Please just forgive me for what happened.
Huh? Even after coming into our house and making a nasty mess on our beautiful hardwood flooring, you aren't going to give us any money to replace it? You think that we will just forgive you in exchange for nothing?
But
it's because you don't have any money. Well, then ask some of your relatives to get some money together for you. At this point in time, I don't need to stand here telling you what to do. You should know that when you don't have the money, you need to get it from someone else. But that's right. Your super smart and amazing daughter has moved out of the house now, right? But when we went to go visit her place before coming here, it didn't look like she was at home.
Hey, you stop bringing Jenna into this. She is your little sister. You have no right thinking that she will be the one to pay you. And I doubt she would help someone as wretched as you in getting that money back from us anyways.
As wretched as me? What's up with that remark?
I'm sorry. Could you please find some way to forgive us?
Be careful. If you decide not to pay us back for the flooring, this might just turn into a settlement that needs to be dealt with in court. So, this will be my last warning to you. I'll give you 1 week to get that money to me.
Okay. Rachel, hey. Didn't I tell you not to get Jenna involved in all of this? She told me that your husband showed up to the building that she works in.
Well, he did go there.
Stop doing this to her. I will pay you back, so please forgive us now.
Is it all going to be paid in one payment?
Yes.
All right, then I'm going to send my husband over there in a bit to collect what we asked for. But just remember, if you try to pull anything on us, you'll be met with the same situation as last time. You do know what I mean, right? This is all because of you trying to get some money from me, but instead found yourself pissing your pants and making a mess on my floor, right? We just need this money so that we can get the floor replaced and move on with our lives. So just remember that this money is paying to fix that incident.
All right.
Great! Well, he will be over around 8 p.m. tonight to grab that money from you. And that money better be all of the $10,000 we had asked for. Right now, I am on a lunch break. I hope work has been going well for you today. Have you been making good progress? Of course I have been. Both Mom and Dad have stopped coming to the office building, so everything is just perfect. Thank you so much for helping me. My coworkers are also really thankful for what you did.
Then I guess they must have really caused quite the ruckus then.
They were actually acting like the lowest of the low. Every day Mom would come here saying that it was my boss's fault that I was always returning home worn out and beaten because of the overtime. Every damn day that she came in complaining only made me more embarrassed.
Dang.
And Dad kept holding up all the lines at work because he would constantly call trying to get a hold of someone to complain to. If anyone did answer, he would keep asking them when I would be given a raise. All I could think of is how much longer they could push on with this stupid crap.
I've heard all things about what happened, but all I can say is that it must have been a flat-out mess with those two. I'm sorry that I couldn't be there with you all the time.
Don't worry about it. If anything, I should be the one saying sorry. You would always say for me to not worry about you, but just by looking at how you were treated made me feel miserable. It made me think that we should have tried harder to fight back against what Mom and Dad were doing to us.
Well, just by saying that, you have made me feel a million times better.
Well, I am just glad that the both of us were able to make it out alive. And we were able to fully cut ties with the two of those clowns. It seems that your husband told Mom that he will be keeping a close eye on her if she ever tries to come back. So all throughout the day, it was finally quiet in the office building.
So it looks like everything went really well for you then.
Absolutely. But I am sorry that I had to get the help of your husband to keep Mom away.
It's not a problem at all. When Cameron first heard about what Mom and Dad put me through, he was super pissed and wanted to do everything he could to stop them from being so abusive. Well, when he first approached Dad, things got more out of hand than I first thought could happen. At least for Dad, anyway.
When he peed himself, right? That was so hilarious that everyone in our family found out. So thank you for letting us know about that one. When I said that I didn't want anything to do with them anymore, I said that having a dad that wets himself when trying to get money from his daughter is worse than not having any parents at all.
Then I bet that will be the one story that our family will never let go of about him. Yesterday, I had Cameron go over to their place to finally get the money that they owed us for ruining our floors.
That is great! Well, thanks to your husband, I shouldn't have to worry about Mom causing any more trouble at work either. And once I have my wedding, we will move to a new address and totally be hidden from those two. Then I can finally be free to do what I want.
That's amazing. Jenna, congratulations on getting married. Please have a wonderful life with your husband, okay?
Thank you! And by the way, please make sure that you come to my wedding.
Those two idiots never stopped trying to get in touch with Jenna after she told them that she never wanted to see them anymore. And because those two couldn't get all of the $10,000 I had asked for from their relatives, they kept on trying to get Jenna to help them, saying that she needed to pay them back for treating her so well while she lived with them. But when they said that over the phone to her, Cameron replied to them, causing them to freak out and hang up the call. And ever since then, they haven't tried a single time to get in touch with her. At the moment, I'm not really sure where those two ended up after we cut ties to them. I'm sure if I asked Cameron to go out and find them, he could let me know where they are. But of course, I have no reason to worry about them. As for me, I would end up going to Jenna's wedding after a few months had passed. And to my surprise, the big and fierce Cameron was crying as if he was her own father watching her get married. And a little bit of that emotion got to me, too. We both knew what Jenna had been through, as well as what I had been through. And seeing her up on the podium in her beautiful white wedding dress, looking so happy, not needing to worry about her parents, made Cameron and me smile ear to ear. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Excuse me, Bethany.
Yes, Pauline. What can I do for you?
You can tell me why you haven't invited me. I see you're going on a vacation with my Ricky.
A vacation? We don't have any vacation plans. Did Rick tell you that?
No, Ricky didn't exactly tell me, but I overheard him when I was over there today. He was talking about a vacation on the phone.
What?
You weren't home. I know you're sneaking around talking on the phone, so I won't hear you too. Ugh.
Not at all. I wasn't home because I was working. We don't have any vacation plans to begin with.
That's a lie.
What?
I know you've never liked me, Beth, and now you're planning a vacation for just the two of you and excluding me.
I believe you mean you've never liked me?
Regardless, I am going on this trip. Change the arrangements to accommodate one more person. Let me know the details when you're done.
No, really, Pauline, we don't have any travel plans.
Don't sass me right now, Bethany. I will not be bullied by my daughter-in-law. Just get it done.
We really don't. Sorry to bother you during your work trip. Let me know when you read this.
Huh? What is it?
Your mother messaged me today.
My mother?
I guess she was at our house this morning?
What? What do you care if she came over?
No, it's not about that.
Look, Beth, can't you just get along with my mother? It's been hell hearing all this irrelevant nonsense from both you and my mother.
I'm sorry about that, honey, but this involves you, so I thought you should know.
Don't talk to me like I'm a child.
No, I didn't mean to at all.
I just finished a big meeting with a potential client. I'm exhausted. I'm spent from the drive here, too. And you want to bother me with your problems now? I have to wake up early tomorrow, too, you know.
I'm not trying to tell you about a problem I have with your mother. I just want to let you know what she's saying. I'll text it to you. So can you read it when you have time?
Don't text me your nonsense.
What?
It's too much, Beth. I can't take it anymore.
I'm just trying to talk to you.
There's nothing to talk about. You're the reason you and my mom aren't getting along. You're not trying hard enough. You just need to understand what she expects from you as a daughter-in-law, and do it.
That's really not what I wanted to talk to you about.
Enough is enough. Let me rest. I'm done. Don't contact me unless it's an emergency during business trips.
Okay.
Beth, I have another business trip starting next Friday.
Another one?
Yeah, another one. It's work. There's nothing I can do.
You know, you've been going on a lot more business trips in the last 6 months. You didn't used to, and I haven't heard anything about a change in your job.
I'm in charge of a new project. It requires a lot more business trips. Do I have to tell you every single little detail about my job?
Okay, I'm sorry. So how long is your trip this time?
10 days.
10 days?
What's with all the drama?
I'm just surprised is all. Your trips are usually only 2 to 3 days. You really don't need to overreact to my comments so much. Thanks for letting me know about your business trip. What time are you getting back tonight?
I have to work late. I don't know when I'll be back.
I guess I shouldn't have asked.
Yeah, then don't ask.
That means you won't be needing dinner tonight?
Yeah, I'll just get something delivered to the office.
Okay. Well, I guess you have more important things to be doing, so I'll let you go.
Bethany. It's the day of and you still haven't given me the itinerary. You're just absolutely useless, aren't you? I never imagined my son would be marrying such a witch. Not in a million years.
What? Pauline, is this about that vacation you were talking about the other day?
Of course.
Oh, I see what happened.
What?
Rick is on a business trip.
Huh?
I guess the city being a tourist destination caused the confusion? Maybe that's it.
What are you saying? You'd actually go as far as lie to me because you don't want to take me on your vacation?
No, ma'am.
Either way, I got my accommodation arranged already.
What?
You wouldn't do it for me, so I had to do it myself.
Oh, but
You want to know how I figured out where you were going? Well, about 6 months ago, Ricky gave me his old laptop. When I was looking at vacation deals, I noticed Ricky had left his account logged in. I didn't think much of it at the time, but I remembered the site, and I checked it when his vacation mess came up. I found your reservation for 2 at the fancy hotel you booked.
a fancy hotel?
Very fancy. If it were a business trip like you said, the company wouldn't pay for a luxury hotel that costs hundreds of dollars a night. He only bought 1 plane ticket for some reason. But there is indeed a reservation for a room. 2 people. So it's definitely a vacation.
That's a good point, actually.
So you finally admit it. In that case, I'm ordering you to stay in a different room as punishment. I will be staying with Ricky in the suite with the balcony jacuzzi. You can stay in the cheaper room. I've barely had any alone time with my son recently. You better not bother us during our mother-son bonding time.
Okay, Pauline, I won't.
Beth, I just got to my hotel. I'm going to check in now, but remember, I'm going to be really busy this whole trip. Don't send me unnecessary texts.
Oh, I understand. Oh, and by the way, your mother checked in too.
What? Beth, what's going on? Did you do this?
What do you mean?
My mom is at the hotel I'm staying at.
Uh-huh.
She was just standing there, waiting for me when I got to the lobby. What the hell is going on? Did you do something?
I didn't do anything. I just found out that she was headed there a few hours ago myself.
What?
But the good news is, I got a lot done in those few hours.
Okay. What?
Well, you see, Pauline was chewing me out as usual, but listening to her story made me realize you were cheating on me.
Huh? What are you talking about? I'm not cheating.
About 6 months ago, you gave your mother your old laptop, right? Did you clear your personal info off the computer? Guess you didn't, because your mother can log into the travel website you use. She said that's how she found the itinerary info for your trip.
What?
She kept complaining on how we were going on an extravagant getaway for 2. A fancy room with a balcony jacuzzi. A room that costs hundreds of dollars a night. She felt I had left her out of our plans, so she added herself to our reservation. And then headed off to crash your business trip all by herself.
You can't be serious.
Seems a little strange for a business trip, though. The travel's covered by the company, and they would never pay for a hotel like this. Isn't the budget something like $100?
You see...
Actually, I do see. You're sleeping with the receptionist at your company. You both requested paid leave for the next 10 days, right?
What? How do you...
I called the company to check, of course.
You did what?
You told them your wife is sick in the hospital and you need to take care of her. Don't use me for your alibi as you are cheating on me.
Your
Your colleague that answered the phone, she was pretty chatty. Told me you and the receptionist are stirring up quite the gossip at the office.
That can't be true.
Anyway, I'll be moving out. We should speak through lawyers starting now.
Lawyers?
to discuss the terms of the divorce. And of course, I'll be requesting alimony.
Wait, stop for a sec.
I'm not waiting for you for a single more second. Oh, that's your mother calling.
Bethany, what's going on? Who is that woman Rick is with?
She's the receptionist at Rick's company.
Receptionist?
I'll just get to the point. That woman is Rick's mistress.
Mistress? Ricky's being manipulated by another witch like you?
You were right about it being a vacation and not a business trip. I should apologize for not believing you.
Well, of course you should, but
you can understand my confusion too, I'm sure. Given that the person traveling with him was not, in fact, me.
I see.
Honestly, I'm impressed by you, Pauline. You were digging for information to bully me with, and you uncovered your son's infidelity for me.
No, that's not what I wanted.
I just could never get used to the overbearing way you micromanaged your son's life. But it sure paid off in spades in the end.
I would never.
Thank you so much.
No, wait.
I really appreciate it. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping me realize Rick's a cheating scumbag.
Stop saying that.
I don't think we'll be seeing each other much, but I wish you all the best. Take care. It turns out Pauline caused a huge scene at the hotel after this. As a widow, Pauline's obsession with her son was borderline clinical. She screamed, "Ricky is mine," or something at his girlfriend, and proceeded to physically assault her right there in the lobby. The hotel sued for reimbursement of all the fixtures that were broken during the altercation, to the tune of $9 grand. As for me, I pressed for alimony as promised. I guess they used every cent they had on all the expenses, and that seems to have taken the already fragile Pauline over the edge. She made her broke son quit his job, made him break up with the receptionist, and practically has him kidnapped in her house so he doesn't meet a manipulative, evil woman again. Honestly, I'm glad I got the divorce. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.
Hey, sis. Long time no talk. How have you been? Are you still single and miserable?
Yep. Still single and no boyfriend, sad to say. That's life. So, what's up? Why are you messaging me? Surely you're not so bored and have so much free time that you're just calling to make fun of me.
True enough. I am actually really busy lately. So yeah. Anyway, as you know, unlike you, sis, I'm a graduate of an Ivy League university, so I'm kinda in the elite echelon. You know what I mean? And I'm super busy all the time making the money, but there's something I just have to tell you about. It's big news. And here it is. I'm gonna get married. Can you believe it?
No way! Really? That is big news. That's great. Congratulations.
Thanks. It's exactly what I deserve, as the elite person that I am, too.
So, tell me about the lucky girl. How did you meet her? I didn't even know you were dating anyone. This is pretty out of the blue.
Oh, you really want to know? You want all the details? Okay, but I think it'll probably just make you more miserable. So, apologies in advance.
Why is that? Why would it make me more miserable than you think I already am?
Well, she works at a big company just like I do. And she's kinda elite like me, too. She had top marks in school and all that. Like, straight A's across the board. And last year, she even got the Outstanding Achievement Award from our CEO.
So she works with you, huh? A fellow titan of industry? And she even got recognized by the CEO. She must be a real achiever then. Perfect for you.
Yeah, exactly. She's a total achiever. A real go-getter. And she makes really good money, too. She's kinda like a dream fiancé. Both of us working for this major corporation and all. I think we might end up being one of those power couples that you read about. Once we're hitched, our combined household income is gonna be over $100,000 a year. How's that for power?
It's pretty cool that both of you are making great money. You should be able to live a good life together.
Yeah, well, she was chosen by me and I'm elite, so... Naturally, whoever I chose, she wasn't gonna be someone without a good social standing and an education. I mean, I couldn't marry someone like you, sis.
Excuse me?
Yeah, Dad filled me in on your current situation. He said you're not only still single, but you're also still living at home. It's pretty much what I'd expect from someone with no money and only a high school education.
Listen up, little bro. Show some respect. You've got no right to talk to me like that. I deserve better from you.
And what are you getting angry about? Your high school diploma and you're still living at home are both the truth. I'm just saying. There's no denying that you're a lower-class citizen, sis. I mean, come on. What were you thinking anyway? Not going to college and settling for only a high school diploma? That was a really stupid decision, if you ask me.
Stupid? Did you just call me stupid? Watch your mouth squirt.
If you'd just gone to college like I did, think of what you could be doing now. You might be working at a big, powerful company like I am, making bank and dating an elite, about to get married. You've got nobody but yourself to blame for your lower-class life, sis. Our choices define our circumstances.
You're right. I would have gone to college if I'd been able to, but it wasn't possible. You, of all people, should know about that story. I couldn't go to college because my high school grades and attendance were so bad. And there was a reason for that, too.
Yeah, your excuse for all that was pretty ridiculous, if you ask me. Saying that your classmates hated you and froze you out of everything socially? I mean, seriously. Quitting school for that dumb reason just makes you look mentally weak and unstable. And I just can't understand why you choose the life of an uneducated dropout. It's sad.
You've got a lot of nerve, judging me and calling me ridiculous. You weren't there. You don't have the slightest clue as to how much I was suffering back then. If you did, you wouldn't be so dismissive of what I went through.
Well, of course I don't. Because you and I are different. Like I was just saying. I would have stuck it out and gotten through it. Because I'm smart and tough. And like I also said, choosing not to go to school just because of other kids being mean to you isn't a good reason. It just makes you look mentally weak and unstable. Not a good look.
Wow. Just wow.
Mentally unstable, no education, no money. I mean, I'm honestly embarrassed to introduce you to my fiancé. I'm a bit ashamed of you, sis. And I'm actually feeling pretty gloomy about this family dinner that's coming up soon.
A family dinner? When? That's news to me. When is that happening? This month?
Mom told you we're getting together later this month, didn't she? That's when we're all gonna have dinner together so I can introduce my fiancé to you all.
Really? I haven't heard a word about that. I'm surprised they didn't tell me about it yet. I have no plans to go home until the end of next month, actually.
Go home? Hang on a second. Where are you now, then?
I'm in Mexico right now. I love it here. Great food, perfect weather, and nice people. I got here last week and I don't plan to go back home until the end of next month.
Oh, really? That's hilarious. What happened? A broke girl with no education like you. What are you doing there anyway? Are you now at the age where you need to go on a trip to find yourself? That must be it.
Not at all, smartass. That couldn't be further from the truth, actually.
I feel bad for you. You must really be miserable. You finally get to go abroad, and all you can afford is a cheapy trip to Mexico. My dream fiancé and I are planning to do our honeymoon in France. Paris and then Nice. It'll be amazing. Wow. I never thought you and I would end up this far apart in social standing, sis. It's really kinda unbelievable.
Anyway, and much more importantly, what are we gonna do about that family dinner? I can go back home for it if you want me to. I can make that work. Looking forward to meeting your girl.
Nah, the timing is just right. No need to come back. Like I said, I don't really want to introduce you to her anyway. There's too much embarrassing stuff about you that I'd have to explain to her. It's actually better if you're not here.
What? Stop making jokes.
I'll just tell her that my broke, uneducated sister is on a trip finding herself. Have a great trip and good luck with that self-discovery stuff. Although, I gotta say, I doubt you're smart enough to actually discover anything that we all don't already know.
Hello. I am very pleased to make your acquaintance, Sabrina. My name is Tara, and Thomas and I just got married last week. I know it's a bit late, so I apologize for that. However, I do want to let you know about it, as Thomas's sister.
What? Married? That was fast.
You two already tied the knot? I thought you two were planning it later. That is correct. It is a fait accompli, as they say in France. Yesterday evening, we dined with your lovely parents. At that time, they graciously offered to act as witnesses to our marriage. So Thomas decided that we should just go ahead and do it post-haste. He didn't want to waste any more time.
Wow, really? That's wonderful.
Yes. So last night, we went to the nearest wedding chapel and got it done. We already received notification that it's been recorded, and that we are now man and wife.
Wow. Well, congratulations then.
And please allow me to also belatedly introduce myself. I'm Sabrina, Thomas's older sister. You must forgive me for not being able to meet you sooner. I very much wanted to make that happen. Oh, no, it's perfectly all right. We all understand your situation perfectly. Thomas told me that you've been very consumed with your journey of self-discovery.
Yes, well,
that's Thomas's way of stating things. I'll leave it at that. There's actually a bit more to it than that. For now, I just really wanted to meet you as soon as I was able to after coming back from Mexico. Again, please accept my apologies for not having been able to do so sooner than this. Oh, it's no problem at all, really. Honestly, you could have just not done this at all and it would have been fine. Because I really don't generally associate with people of your social standing.
Pardon me?
Yes. Thomas has told me quite a bit about you. It was difficult for him to tell me some of it, but tell me he did. I know that you've only a high school education and are still at home, living off your parents. Thomas explained it all to me. All of it. I am not in the habit of associating with such people, to be honest. But as a courtesy to you as his sister, I felt obliged.
Please wait a moment. There's been some misunderstanding or miscommunication about those points. While it's true that I do only have a high school education, I am gainfully employed. And yes, while I am currently living at my parents' house, I am absolutely not mooching off them.
I see. However, your parents told me the same thing. In fact, they said that it's quite a nuisance having you living there indefinitely. They say that, while you do pay some of your own living expenses, It's not like you're paying them rent or anything. They say it's not nearly enough and that they'd like you to move out soon.
Really? I find that hard to believe. My parents actually said that?
But I am genuinely curious, so I must ask. Aren't you even a little ashamed of yourself? After all, you are much too old to be such a burden to your own family. I must say, it takes a lot of nerve to be so shameless about it.
The last thing I want to do is be a burden to anyone, least of all my own family.
But that's exactly what you're doing, according to your parents. They're ashamed to even admit that their daughter never went to college. And they're even more ashamed to tell anyone that you're still unmarried and living at home. They actually even said that they'd rather be living with Thomas and I, rather than you.
That's just... I am hurt.
So, apparently, they went ahead and just threw your stuff away. And Thomas and I are going to move in and replace you. It's been decided.
What did you just say?
So, when you do eventually come back from your self-discovery journey, you won't have anywhere to stay. You'll need to start looking for a place upon your return from Mexico. It looks like you'll go from finding yourself to finding your new home.
Wait a minute. Explain, please. What are you talking about? You threw my stuff away. Are you saying that it's all been literally disposed of? As in the garbage? And meaning that you actually went into my room without me there?
Yes. We all had a good time cleaning it up together and getting rid of everything. So that room will be my room once Thomas and I move in.
You can't be serious. This is a lousy joke and a lousy way to introduce yourself to me, Tara.
Your parents seemed to especially enjoy the process. It looks like they are really happy to finally be rid of you. I could see it on their faces. They were breaking things down and throwing them away like it was spring cleaning. I guess they really needed to release some pent-up resentment towards you.
I had no idea they were so tired of me. I am truly hurt by what you're telling me. I mean, it might not have been a lot, but I was giving them money every month for living expenses. I did that because it was the right thing to do. I even did housework as proactively as I could.
That's exactly what a mooch would say to avoid responsibility, though, isn't it? There is really no getting around the reality of it all. And that reality is that, no matter what you do or say, you're a burden and a nuisance to them.
A burden and a nuisance. You know, I'm not going to be spoken to or about this way by you. Who are you, anyway? You're the brand new wife of my brother. Nothing more. I've never met you in my life. Not even once.
All you need to know about me is that I detest low-class people and mooches. Let's face it, you are just on a completely different level than Thomas and I. A much lower level, of course. I mean, he and I are elite employees at a huge and powerful corporation.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It doesn't matter what I say or do. I'll always just be an uneducated lowlife to you.
Finally we are understanding each other. And I am overjoyed. So, once you're back from your self-discovery trip, there's no need or reason for you to show up here at home. Your belongings have all been properly disposed of, and there's nothing here for you to come back to.
Thank you. That's a load off my mind.
Huh?
Yeah, now I can move on to my next destination. You've lightened my load for me. Phew! And I appreciate you taking care of that cleanup for me. Thanks.
What are you suddenly thanking me for? We just went and threw away all your things. And you're not going to have anywhere to stay when you come back. And in spite of all that, you're thanking me?
Well, it's no big deal if I don't have a place to stay back there. Because I'll be making a place for myself here. This is a great opportunity for me to move abroad.
What? The high school grad thinks she's gonna move abroad to Mexico? You can't even speak Spanish. You clearly don't have any money either. So what are you even thinking? Actually, I do speak Spanish. And 4 other languages. Huh? And thanks to my job, I do have money. Plenty of money. Making the move abroad is really not a big deal for me. How is that possible? I don't get it. No way does a girl like you with no education speak 5 languages. Impossible. Well, you must have heard from my brother that the reason I never went to college was because of my poor attendance in high school, right? During that period, I was actually studying foreign languages at home. What? Yeah, I never really fit in anywhere as a kid. Never felt like I belonged at any school back home. So I started to think to myself, maybe I'm never gonna really fit in the States. I felt like I needed to look for other options. So I started studying languages, just in case my worries about that stuff turned out to be correct. And you're telling me that you can now speak 5 languages because of that? That's right. Thanks to that self-study that I did at home, I can now speak Japanese, Chinese, French, and Spanish. So if we include English in that count, I do actually speak 5 languages now. I don't believe you. You're lying. Uneducated people like you just aren't capable of something like that. No way have you become fluent in that many languages. Not possible. Okay. Would you be satisfied if I showed you my sales receipts from last quarter? Actually, I've been doing my own import-export business for a while now. Lately, I've been buying up a lot of stock of local textile goods here in Mexico and communicating with buyers in a bunch of different places. So of course my correspondence with those buyers is in their languages. You can't expect them all to be able to speak English. Wow. Being able to speak their languages definitely helps things go more smoothly. And I'm very happy to say that my sales are going smoothly and they're steadily increasing too. And recently, I've even had a couple of orders from agents who are purchasing on behalf of really big buyers. And thanks to that, my sales last month were about $50,000. What? 50,000? You made that much in 1 month? Yeah. So pretty soon I'm gonna move abroad and devote myself entirely to those overseas buyers that I mentioned. I can do online sales and correspondence from anywhere, so... And it'll be easier to do the buying once I'm established over here too, so... It's really difficult to believe that you've managed to accomplish all that. I mean, you're just an uneducated, low-class dropout. So anyway, feel free to use my room at home. It's all yours. And give my parents my best wishes. And don't forget to pay them their $1,200 per month. Huh? 1,200? Wait a minute. That's how much you've been paying them all this time? Yep. At first it was only $400 a month, but my profits kept increasing. So eventually I was paying them $1,200, even though it was a little tough. I really didn't think they'd throw me out like this when I was paying them that much. Whoa, hang on. This is all... That can't be right. $1,200 a month is way too much for me to be paying them. What? Really? How can that be? You and my brother are a power couple. You'll be just fine. Okay, I gotta go now, but good luck and take care.
Hey, Sabrina. Are you seriously paying Mom and Dad $1,200 a month? They're telling us that's what they expect from us, too.
Yeah, that's what I was paying them. So you and your elite wife should be able to pay them at least that much, if not more. Have fun with that.
$1,200 each? We can't afford that. That's just way too much. But Mom and Dad are saying, you two are a power couple who both work at a great big, powerful company. $1,200 each should be no problem for either of you.
Wow. $2,400 a month is pretty steep for sure. But you two can handle it, right? I mean, you're the power couple with the awesome household income. You'll be fine.
Get real. $2,400 a month is way out of range even when you're working for a big company. I mean, my salary this year is finally about $50,000. After taxes and stuff, that comes to only about $2,500 a month. With a bonus, I may make over $50,000, but that's it.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, and Tara is making about that much too. It's completely insane to be living with our parents and still having to pay out nearly half our salaries just for housing. That's just not workable. Not doable.
Even if that's the case, why are you telling me? Complaint should be directed to Mom and Dad.
I am complaining to them. And their response is that my sister only has a high school diploma and she was paying $1,200. So if Tara and I can't pay at least twice that amount, they wasted their money putting me through college. I mean, they seriously said to me, "We'd have been better off just letting you finish high school, like your sister. That would have been a better return on investment."
Wow. Seems like their expectations are really different because they put you through college.
What am I gonna do? The whole reason for moving in with them was so we could save up to buy our own place someday. But we can't save if we're paying them 50% of our income.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to talk things over with Tara and figure it out. Because, as you know, I've been kicked out of that house, so all this has nothing to do with me anymore. Hi, Sabrina. Long time no talk. How's everything going for you over there? You must have your hands full with work and getting settled in and everything, huh? Yeah, there's a lot to do and I'm very busy, but that's really no concern of yours. Hey, don't be so cold. That hurts. I was thinking that I could help you out with some things. Help? What do you mean by that? Our company has decided that we can do side jobs now if we want to, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity to help you out. I bet I could help you increase your profits with my big business experience. Ah, I see what you're getting at. So, you can give me half of your sales from now on. I'll settle for 50% for my salary. Excuse me? You think you're gonna get 50% of my sales? Like I said, I have experience in big business, so that's a reasonable amount. I fully intend to produce results that'll justify that amount. Yeah, no. You couldn't possibly produce results that'd justify that much in salary. My education and my experience will absolutely justify it. I promise you. So, are you interested in my assistance or not? I have a college degree and this big business experience, so I'm a valuable asset. Yeah, thanks, but no thanks. I have no interest in getting involved with a person who got fired from their previous position. What? Yeah, you're a little late with this proposition, Tara. I already heard from my folks that you got fired from your old job. Getting canned right after getting married isn't a great way to start a relationship with them. They're not happy. Not happy at all. No, that's not. Plus, I heard the reason for your dismissal. They told me that you were fired for harassing coworkers to the point of them quitting. That's a really bad reason to get fired. But that's not true. That's not accurate at all. As far as I'm concerned, that wasn't harassment. It was nothing of the sort. Those underlings were just weak-minded and couldn't take my criticisms. Wow. I really can't stand people like you. You treat others like dirt and you do it with impunity. Then, when you get called out for it, you avoid responsibility and blame the victim. It's because of people like you that I almost dropped out of high school and didn't go to college. I was so traumatized by the mean kids and I just wanted to avoid any more of it at all costs. And I have no interest in getting involved with anyone like you who doesn't sympathize with what we victims feel and is only interested in blaming us for your treatment of us. No, wait. I've grown my business all on my own and I'll continue to do so. I know what I'm capable of. I don't need your expertise, your college degree, or you. Thank you very much. Wait a minute, sister. At least until I find my next job. Help me out. Just until then. Please, hire me and give me something to do.
Nope.
I'm not looking for anyone with your education, experience, or personality at this time. Thank you for your interest. I wish you luck with your job search. If you don't, your power couple status may be in jeopardy, I'm afraid. After that exchange, I never heard from Tara again. I guess she's trying hard to get a new job, but she's not having any luck getting into a company like the one she was at before. So she's spending a lot of time on the job search websites and not really getting anywhere with it. Since she's not making any money, she can't pay my parents anything either. And of course, that means that my parents are in bad shape too. Apparently, they weren't really saving for retirement. So now they're both doing part-time jobs to make ends meet. The result of all this? My parents' annoyance with Tara not being able to find work, plus them being unaccustomed to having to work so hard, has burdened them with a feeling that they are responsible for putting food on the table. It's a pretty terrible situation. So needless to say, things are pretty tense in that house lately. It sounds like pretty much of a nightmare to me, to be honest. I hope they can all get through it without making things even worse. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please remember to click the like button. If you didn't, or you have anything else you want to say, feel free to give us your opinion in the comments section below. Also, please follow our channel. Your opinions and comments keep us going. We have many more videos that we're sure you'll enjoy. So please check them all out. See you in the next video.